Aw.
Here we go.
thought-
We are going live,
Typing.
folks. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to our D&D campaign. And I am very excited to have everybody back. So this is now episode 8. Lux, I need to fix your camera here, buddy. Looking beautiful. There he is. All right. So just give you guys a little recap of the last week's episode. The group came back and saved Sarah, freeing her from the poison, obviously learning that the poison happened in the camp. Sarah called the council and asked for one member of our fearless five, if you will, to join. Actually, I kind of like that name, guys, the Fearless Five, but I digress. It's your decision. Brawl went to the council meeting, and when he was there, he returned the gold. He got a good feel for the politics of the camp. Rourke versus Sarah in their leadership roles within the camp. Meanwhile, our good friend below over here, Mr. Barney, stole a key from Sarah after Loki gave back the box. That was towards the end of the episode, and our Loki, meanwhile, also during the episode was possessed by his stone that he found the episode prior, learning that it was the Orb of Aron, which is a god in this universe, and that there was two, and it had to do with a soul. Meanwhile, our good what's his name, Blacksmith, if you will, wanted to speak with our Grung friend, and before they left for the camp. But you guys are going to set out essentially to go find some Seidan warriors who were kidnapped and held prisoner by the Semet worshippers. There's about 6 or 7 of them that are about 3 days' march that have been in prison for quite some time. And you guys are going to go set out, and we started early in the morning. Before we do jump in, just some news. Mainframe Comic-Con, guys, is going live on the 15th and 16th of this month, I do believe. We're going to have an online convention. We're going to have comic book artists. We're going to have tons of different celebrities that are going to be giving live interviews. It's going to be a 2-day event, live streaming with multiple rooms that you could jump into live and see your favorite creators. So please do subscribe. If you like what you're seeing in our D&D session, please subscribe to this as well. And we would love to have you back next week. But
hit that bell.
Hit that bell. Also,
Smash that like button.
Yeah, Brawl. You tell them.
so before we jump in, I'll let everybody introduce their characters, their levels, and then we can dive right into this week's episode of We Don't Know Yet. So starting with Josh.
My name is Loki Lani Ocean Reaper. I'm a member of the Madrove clan. I am a human blood hunter, level 3. And one of my key physical attributes or features that you'll notice is that my character's eyes are of a reddish tint, almost like a blood tint. And I'm about 6 feet in height, and I think I'm like the tallest. My character's, I think, the tallest in the group. So, actually, I don't know. Barney. I don't know if I'm taller than Barney, but maybe.
Actually, that's a good question. He just disappeared. But to your right, we have definitely the shortest person in the group, Mr. Terry Mayo.
Well, hello, Frederick. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. It's all, as always. It's nice to be here with you.
I'm glad that you are joining us again on this lovely Wednesday night.
Yeah. Well, I am Terry Mayo. I am playing a character by the name of Lox. He is a Grung rogue assassin. Shit. What's my saying?
Small in stature.
Big and hard.
Big and
Small
hard.
in stature, big in heart.
Yeah.
I'm a grung from the island of Chult, part of the Orn tribe of grungs. Yeah, still trying to find my place in the world. Kind of like Different Strokes, the sitcom from the 80s. Just trying to find my way. Or Golden
should-
Girl. I don't know, one of those 80s sitcoms. Just trying to find my way in the world.
Making your way in the
Maybe it was
world
Cheers. It was
today.
Cheers.
Takes everything
got.
you got.
Taking a break from all your worries.
Oh my god.
You should write that line
Help a
down.
Oh
lot.
god. I hope,
I need to.
if we're so on tune, this can get flagged for copyright infringement.
Oh no, it's
But
okay.
we're definitely not on tune.
It's not the same key at all.
Yeah.
We're fine.
We're okay.
Yeah.
And then to the right of our fiery grung, we have Miss Carla Valier, which I still need to change her name.
Hi.
Let me do that.
Yeah. Let's work on that. So hi everyone. I am Carla. I play the nun, it's a Ladrin from the Feywild, and she's a Fey-born sorcerer, a class that we created for this campaign in particular. And physically, I'm not as tall as Loki, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, you're fine, Josh.
That's the reference for the rest of the group too. Everyone's
Yeah.
gonna say how tall they are compared to me.
Yeah, I think that I'm like in the middle. What else? I'm currently in my winter state, which means that I'm just white hair, super pale, called to Tash. So yeah, that's
You
it.
have a winter state? That's awesome.
Yeah. So something that it hasn't come up during the game is that if I touch somebody, you will feel like she's dead or something. Yeah, like super cold.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it will come out.
Her hands are so cold to the touch. What could she be?
Well, now I have gloves, so
Ooh.
yeah, I have friendship gloves. So.
Huzzah.
Oh no!
Yay.
New power.
The DM. By the way, I know we're not promoting other things, but Sirenscape is pretty cool. I'm a big fan so far, and being able to sync it up to all this has been very enjoyable. So I'm glad we get to.
Don't forget to add that to the description because gotta give them a little credit.
Of course. I'll definitely add that in there. So with that being said, below you we have our very noble friend, Mr. Ricktastic. How you doing, Rick?
I am playing Brothel Strongheart, a 42-year-old dwarf. He's about 4 feet 10. He has just recently sworn his oath as a paladin, which, by the way, I stated the tenets that he lives by last week. Those are the tenets from the oath. I didn't write those down. I don't want to accidentally take credit for what is written in the D&D player's handbook.
Oh, but it was great, and you could.
Yeah, well, I did want to repeat them because I want to really
Use them.
carve those grooves in my brain.
Embrace. Yeah.
So, Brawl is a paladin who lives his life by 4 tenets. One is through his acts of mercy, kindness, and forgiveness, he kindles the light of hope in the world, beating back despair. Where there is good, beauty, love, and laughter in the world, he stands against the wickedness that would swallow it. Where life flourishes, he stands against the forces that would render it barren. He delights in song and laughter, in beauty and art. If he allows the light to die in his own heart, he can't preserve it in the world. And finally, he is to be a glorious beacon for all who live in despair, to let the light of his joy and courage shine forth in all of his deeds.
I love it. Victory. Good job. right, I won't be playing these too much, but they're fun. That was beautiful. Well said, my friend.
It was beautiful.
And below you, we have. Don't mind the picture because we're getting this edited, but you have lighter hair. That is correct, Mr. Barney. Is that correct?
Hi, yeah, I'm Mr. Barney, as described, with lighter hair. I'm playing Ukalo. His name's Cow. He goes by Cow for pretty much everybody else, I guess. He's not too picky there. He's a Horizon Walker Ranger, level 3. So we're just getting into what he can do. So far, it's not a lot. He can throw net. He can throw a real good net.
I don't know, man. You definitely laid waste to some guy, which we haven't really touched base on too much yet. But
which is totally fine.
Yeah, totally. We gotta get into it.
We have 3 days.
Yeah.
In our journey to talk about it.
3 days mark.
Exactly. Unless we use montage.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, you're there.
Yeah.
But I think this is actually, your guys' first big quest as a group, deciding to do this technically on your own and not in, despair, if you will. I know you guys went to set out for Sarah, but that was more you were thrown into it. This is more you guys actually made the decision to come together, which is kind of cool. So I'm really, really excited to see how this obviously plays out. So with that being said, let's start tonight's episode. So we last left off, Ukalo stole the key from Sarah for the box that Loki gave back, and the group was gathering items to set out early in the morning, which they did. And after a long rest, you guys have all woke up. You're gathering your things outside of the longhouse that you spent the night in. And is there anything that you guys would like to do before you guys leave Sturgeon Point?
I would like to go pay a visit to the blacksmith, just to kind of hash things out over there real quick, just quickly.
Sure.
Oh, I do need to thank the blacksmith as well for he finished my armor.
Oh yeah. Okay. So we will have the two of you. Is anybody else accompanying you, or is just the two of you at this time?
Tag along.
Okay. So Ukalo, Loki, and Lox head over. That's a lot of L's, guys. Ukalo, Lox, Loki. Okay. Head over.
What is Bart? Is he human elf?
Bart is human.
He's human. He's from my clan. He's Madrove.
Yeah, so he's a Madrove, and he is human. And now he has a large scar on the side of his face due to some poison that set in. So it's early in the morning. You head over to his tent where he does his work. You can kind of see him sitting on a chair looking down at a glass of mead. He lifts his head up and he sees the three of you approaching. He just remains sitting on his chair.
Bart, it's good to see you. Wait, what happened to your face?
Well, welcome back. I see your armor fits quite nicely.
Oh, it does. Are you talking to me? Or are you talking to...
I'm talking to you. Your friend. Maybe he can recall what happened to my face.
Yeah, about that. I have been informed that I am extremely sorry for what happened. And I'm here to make amends a bit. Not so much to apologize, but more to, at least start fresh. Last thing I want is for there to be any hard feelings. So I want to pay you for the armor, offer my services. You obviously know that I have a magic touch. So if you need any arrows to have my magic touch on them, then, I'd be willing to trade that in as kind of a little gift. I guess you could say.
He kind of looks at you. He stands up. He grabs a shield that has a little bit of a reflection on it. He kind of looks himself in the face. You can see where the poison kind of crept up and stopped right on his cheek, and it's pretty jarring. I mean, before he looked, relatively normal, maybe a little dirty, but now you could definitely tell that this is pretty damaging. And he looks back at you. Would your apology save my face?
Would your apology save your face? Well, I think we can both agree nothing's going to save your face at this point. If anything, you could say it's a good gift at the bars for the ladies,
I walk away.
Tell them what
I walk slowly away.
Tell them what good fighter you are, what good battles you are. Chicks dig scars. That's a proven fact.
I start
So,
giggling,
I mean,
but suppressing it.
if, like I said, I'm not here to apologize to you, Bart. I'm here to offer you money for the armor you made me, and offer you my services for the tips of your arrows that you sell. That could earn you some gold. The scar can earn you some cred. If you're intent on having hard feelings against me, then there's nothing I can do about that. But hard feelings lead to soft graves. So
roll for persuasion.
I have a 10.
10. Okay, so he kind of looks at you. I'll tell you what. I'll service your friends. I'll take your arrows. But that's it. I don't want you back in my establishment.
Well, that's fair enough for me.
All right. I think we've concluded business, unless any of your other friends have anything to say.
Oh, I was just going to stand here and tell jokes, but I think that's a little too tongue-in-cheek. And then I run away.
Let me rephrase.
What are you,
I'll service
child?
the rest of your friends, but the two of you I'm not too much a liking to. Perhaps maybe we could talk again if you find some sort of medicine for this, but other than that, I think our dealings are done.
All right, well, at least neither one of us has to look over our back, yeah?
Perhaps. It's a small town, and I do like it here, but we'll see. And then he stands up, and if you need anything else, I'm going to get back to work now. You can see yourself out.
All right, I just grin and kind of wink at him and walk out.
All right. So you guys leave, and the group kind of forms in the center of this town. And anything else that you would like to do before you set out?
Brown and I stay back, right?
Yeah, so the three of them are walking back towards you, where you guys are in the center of the town. They're probably about 15, 20 feet away from you, walking towards you and Brawl.
I mean, Lux, what were you thinking? Why would you do that? He was making you armor.
I've got the armor I need. I didn't make things worse for you. I apologized in my own way to the man.
No, you said you did not apologize.
We're
not going to apologize.
In my own way, Warmskin.
You chose to not apologize, and instead, you mocked him.
I did most of the mocking there, Loki.
Both of you. You're making quite a name for ourselves here.
This backwater dump.
Well, when we get back, I'm sure you can rub his feet and talk all sweet to him, and that'll make him feel better. But that's not what I'm into. So I gave him my version of apology, offered my services. If that's not good enough for a grown man to accept, then that's not my fault.
I respect. I offer a fist bump, but then at the last second I pull it back.
Am I close enough to overhear this?
They're now about 5 feet away, so you're hearing like the tail end of this conversation.
Okay. How'd it go?
Perfect.
Excellent.
Oh, great.
How long was I waiting for the replacements for my hand axes?
You were given. So you gathered all your stuff the day prior, so you have everything that you need at this point.
Okay.
Are you talking about from Rorik? No, not Rorik. From Bart? Was he making the hand axes, or was someone else making those?
It was
And axes.
yeah. You asked Sarah for the hand axes, I believe, and she said that you guys can.
Oh no, I asked her for. Oh. What did I
I asked her for 3 locks of her hair.
You had a long. You had a long. You had
That's
a.
right.
For money.
You had a long.
What about
Yeah.
You had a
money?
long list, and the only thing that wasn't available on that list was the sleeping bags.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, I was trying to remember what we asked for. Yeah, so backpacks, bedrolls. Okay, so no bedrolls.
That's what it was. Yeah.
No
Before
bedrolls.
we head out, do I know where Sarah's like sleeps, like lives?
Her
in this
bungalow?
place?
Yeah, so I have a map in production right now, but the where it is in terms of the city center or the town center, camp center, if you will. It's really only like 10 buildings. It is basically everything's kind of in a circle, so you could literally just turn around and you would see it right behind you at this point. But yeah, you know
Okay.
where it is.
So I'll just pull a quick 180, jog up to the door, and then I have the key as a necklace around me. I'm just gonna take it out and just slide it under the door, and then jog back to the group.
Okay. So as you do that, you can kind of hear some talking in her room. And,
Oh, okay. This is good. That's what I wanted to do. Was listen.
well,
Actually. I'm listening to the door.
your passive perception, because the door is thin, so you can kind of hear 2 people having a conversation with hushed voices as you kind of tiptoe back after you slide the key.
Should I make a stealth roll?
No, I mean it's pretty. It's a lot of people go in and out all the time, so it's
Okay.
not unless you're trying to.
Wait, a lot of people go in and out of Sarah's house all the time.
Yeah, so
Then I don't want to put the.
her building. It's the first room. There's 2 rooms, so it's the room where she stays in, and then there's a room where she does all of her dealings out of, where people can come in and out and talk with her. It's kind of like a makeshift house / office.
Well, I guess what's done is done.
Okay. All right, so you go back to, and then Danan, you were saying something about money.
Yeah. Forgot.
Maybe-
Totally passed. Things.
Well, I mean, it was supposed to be
Hold on. Brawl.
Brawl.
Yeah. So. What happened with the amount of gold that we were originally offered?
I did not remember what the initial offer was. I did not recall making an initial offer.
No, it was them who offered that if we got the gold back, we could have 20%.
Ah, well, yeah, if that's the case, then let's ask for 20%. Sarah just told me on the spot, so I don't even know if she talked to anyone about it or...
Okay. So I guess she didn't know. Maybe we can talk about this whenever we come back with.
all the prisoners.
Wait,
Yeah.
shouldn't we probably put it now while it's still fresh?
I mean, if we can stop by on the way out, sure.
It's right there. It's
Then
it's literally
let's go.
just a circle of homes.
Yeah, then why wait?
Okay.
Do-do-do.
While you
Af-
do that, I'm going to pray a little if that is okay, guys. I will be here at the tree.
I'm gonna be also at the tree, but I'm gonna be using my sewing kit to try to make a really cool cape out of these feathers.
Okay, I'll go with Brawl.
Okay. Are you guys going to see Sarah, or were you going?
To see Sarah.
Yeah, is Sarah with Thomas? Do we know?
You just know that she was in. Well, so you assume she's in her office because I don't think Okalo said anything in regards to hearing her.
Okay. So
If you see a key on the front step, you should definitely pick it up and give it to her.
someone else actually might want to go with Brawl since I have a -1 to any charisma.
But you can still help him, right? Just stand in the back and look. Yeah, I look at his like blood red eyes and like, well, all right. I don't know.
My intimidation roll would just be like me going like this and be like,
I'm decent with intimidation and deception. Performance, not so much.
all right, we'll take you with us. Come on.
I love it. Okay, so the group of you guys walk over to Sarah's building. You are you knocking on the door, just entering? What are you doing?
Knocking, finding out if she's there.
Okay, so you knock. As you walk up, you can hear voices talking. They kind of seem a little bit loud, as if they're arguing back and forth. As you knock, the voices go silent immediately. Sarah opens the door, and while she opens the door, Rorik starts exiting. You notice Rorik, his facial features look very similar, but he now has blonde hair, and you can tell that he's an elf. And he looks at you with kind of distaste, specifically at you, Brawl, looking at you kind of like as if he doesn't know if he can trust you. You can kind of see in his eyes that he's a little put off by you. He kind of brushes past you, and as he does that, he kind of grunts.
What's wrong, Rourke?
Enjoy your journey to go find these Sedan warriors. In the meantime, we'll get right to work on your lodging, which is a complete and utter waste of time. And he looks back at Sarah, and this is such a waste of resources, such a waste of men. It's unneeded. What if you don't come back? Would we just have all of our men working on your home that you can stay in?
And if we don't come back, you can stay in it.
If I'm not mistaken, the goal is for you to continue to grow the village with soldiers.
The goal, my friend, is to take back our land.
Can't do that without soldiers, can you? So
Yeah,
I think we're gonna take
definitely
care
gonna
of that
need
for
more
you, actually.
than us.
But that's a conversation for another time. And he just kind of turns abruptly and starts walking off. Meanwhile, Sarah's standing in the doorway, looking down at you guys, and she looks down at her feet, and she sees a key, and she kind of bends over, without touching the key. You can see it kind of float up to her hand, and she starts examining it. I wonder how this got here. And she kind of looks around at the group, and she puts it into her pocket.
Huh.
I turn around and just one more time say to Rourke, thank you for building our home, and let's grab an ale later.
Speaking of ales, we also commissioned another building, which we're very excited for.
Speaking this, is this Sarah?
Yes, this is Sarah.
Okay.
So I don't know how to say this, but when you come back, we'll have a fine establishment to have an ale. We are going to build ourselves a little bar, if you will, little tavern, along with your establishment. Now, is there any special specifications that you have, or is just a few rooms okay?
Actually, I wouldn't mind living on top of the tavern.
On top of the tavern.
Sure, that way I can always walk downstairs to grab a drink.
Well, I did.
That sounds like a great idea.
Kind of looks at you. Well, I
Loki.
I did promise. I did promise Gregory that he could have a room in the tavern. Do you mind if he bunks up with you?
Maybe if he's. No, what? No.
Well, the tavern was more so for him, so he didn't have to keep sleeping on the floor behind the bar.
Oh.
Well, now I feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the house is
I'll
fine.
tell you what. We'll give him a separate room on the first floor, and we'll put your room on the second floor. How does that sound? And we'll give you 2 rooms where you guys can sleep in. Does that work for you all?
I think that would work. I think that sounds quite nice.
Okay. Well, is there anything else I can help you with? And I look forward to when you return, hopefully within a week's time, and we can have that Al.
Excellent. In that case, I was reminded earlier, loss of memory, that we actually agreed to rescue you and the gold for a 20% cut. Is the number that we were given.
Did I make that deal with you?
No, you did not.
Well, then who did?
I believe it was Rorik, yeah?
Rorik and Thomas.
Interesting.
Yeah, you were, my lady, you were trapped with some birds poison on the brink of death when we made that deal.
Well, I'll tell you what. You can... It is very taxing to build a tavern and to also build your own establishment where you can sleep in, where everybody else is sleeping in their own longhouse. I gave you some gold already for your troubles and for being honest in returning the gold. I'll give you this. If you return with the Seidan warriors alive, then I will give you 1,000 pieces of gold to share between your party, and you'll have your lodging.
I nudge Rorik. I know, not Rorik. I keep saying because he's a dwarf, and I'm thinking of a dwarf as being Rorik. I nudge Brawl, and I'd be like, I look at him, and I give him like a nod, like a say yes. Yes.
I think that's fair.
With one caveat. If any Seidan warrior dies in bringing them back, for my knowledge, there is 7 or so of them. So we'll say, just a fair number, 6. If you bring all 6 back, 1,000 gold pieces. If any die, we will deduct 200 gold pieces per head.
What if there's some dead already? Oh, I'm not there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So then,
Spidey
if
senses
they
telling
all
me.
die,
Yeah.
does that mean that we owe you 200?
No. I'm just get back alive, and
Sorry, I'm just going by the math.
I understand that's 1,200. I'm just saying a fine group as yourself. I don't expect them all to be dead, right?
We don't know what we'll find when we get there.
Well,
So
I
like,
think it's a fair bargain. We need fighters, and we're sending all of our best fighters, minus Ezekiel. But that's not much of a defense, as you see. So we're going to be quite vulnerable while you're gone. So I hope that you return in haste. So no, we won't charge you anything. You'll have your lodging. But it's very important that they come back alive. That's the only way I could really make amends for Rorik's decision-making while I was... his haste decision-making while I was indisposed.
Well, I think it is a fair fair assessment, and I think it sounds pretty good. What do you guys think? Think it sounds good?
I agree.
I would ask one thing, lovely Sarah, if it's possible. While we are here in the village, I understand our lodgings are free, and that's very noble and kind. Does the same deal go for shops and if we need to send packages, letters, whatever?
All right.
Do we have not free reign of the village, of course, but at least no charges building up?
Well, there's no charges for this journey. Right now, we're establishing a new currency, if you will. We have the copper and the gold and the silver, as you know, but really, in a town like this, what is the worth of that? But right now, our main goal is to help each other build. So I would say, for now, there's no charge. I mean, as for drinks, I mean that's a conversation to have with the individual shop owners and the, but as for this journey in particular, I think you're covered.
I'm satisfied.
I bow toward the lovely Sarah.
Just get back in one piece. We definitely will be needing you in the future. I'm hearing rumblings for the west of more Samet worshippers landing, and they're getting awfully close. So we're in need of some fighters and to bolster our defenses. So we're hoping that by the time you're back, as you can see, we built the second layer of our wall overnight, which was helpful, but it's no match for if we're discovered here. Luckily, the fog keeps us hidden, so just be safe. And with that, she kind of starts closing the door, and then you can just hear, and then it's locked. Now we're going to cut to Dana.
And while they're gone,
mm-hmm.
I want to really respectfully, I will enter the tree,
mm-hmm.
and I see there are like candles around, and I will like look around and maybe lit like a couple,
mm-hmm.
and I will get closer to the altar, and I'm gonna take out my compass.
Okay. So as you take out the compass, you can see that.
Sorry, DM, didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I was following her. Should I? So I'm kind of like watching this stuff go on. Can I make a stealth check to like
absolutely.
see what she's doing?
If you're trying to kind of,
I hit it in between my boobs, so.
Yeah. Well, he can't necessarily see the compass, but he can see
doing.
You maybe. Roll. Let's see if she notices you behind her.
Yeah. So.
You better not be watching, Barney.
Well, I was going to just sew my cape, but this is much more interesting.
Okay. What did you roll for stealth?
I rolled. I'm looking for my stealth is +5, so that's a dirty 23.
Whoa.
Okay. So yeah, you can. We'll say you're from behind her, right? And you're probably about where the tree starts. You're kind of hidden behind.
I just hold up my half-finished cape.
You're kind of hidden behind hearing. She doesn't really notice you. You're probably about 10, 15 feet away, give or take. And you can hear her, but you can't see what she's looking at, but you can hear what she's saying.
Okay.
So as you pull out your compass, the compass itself, you can tell, seems a little, because it's made of wood and some flowers, and seems a little dry. And the piece of wood that is spinning is kind of spinning in circles where it would normally direct you where you're at right now.
Hi, Sylvanus. I guess that we are going to another quest. So, if you can help us a little bit, that will be great. We are going to get more people for the village to make it stronger. So, any help, that will be really appreciated. Now I'm gonna check the compass again.
Okay, as you do that, you can see the green is starting to come back to the compass, and the rose stems are getting harder, and the spinning is slowly stopping, and it comes to a stop, and it's pointing west.
Okay. Well, I get it. I think. Thank you. And I will just get out of.
As you start
of the...
as you start backing up, the candles that you lit go out. Then they blow out. A little gust of wind comes and blows the candles that you lit out.
Did I saw that?
Yeah, while you were saying goodbye, see you later, the gust of wind came as you were backing up, and you can see the candles kind of...
I keep walking, and not looking behind me. I just...
Okay.
Do I see the cape holder?
So as you're backing up...
I would like to circle back around to where the group was before she turns around.
Okay.
Like after hearing the prayer, and then just continue working on my cape as if nothing happened.
Sure. Okay, so you back up and go back to the group. As you're exiting, Danan, you kind of look around for them, and you can see them kind of walking back from Sarah's cabin.
Okay. What are you working on, Carl?
Huh? Oh,
what are you
a
working
sweet
on?
cape. Yeah, my mentor had a cape too. Mine's gonna be way cooler than his.
And you're using Kinku?
No, these are
Feathers?
from the era Cochrane's. Yeah, cock feathers, if you will. I don't know the quality of this one. I might have to try again. We'll see. Depends on the material. I'm using just bare bones here.
Okay. Well, I think it's a nice project. If you need help, I can help you too.
Oh, thanks. Maybe I can make you something sometime.
That'll be cool.
I'll probably have to work at it, but it's the thought that counts.
Okay.
So the I love that. The group now comes together. And is there anything else that you would like to do before you exit the encampment?
To the people that weren't with us, so we have been given the task to find the Sedan warriors that have been imprisoned, and Sarah has actually decided to give us, I think, total 1,000 gold for returning all of the Sedan people. So I think that's a fair deal.
Hi.
Yeah.
Is that a lot?
Oh,
1,000 gold?
and we get to live in the new, soon to be constructed tavern.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Huzzah!
Yay.
Hi.
Well,
Wait.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that way we can get more food, right?
And we'll have our own rooms to meet in.
did you say more food?
More food.
Yeah. More salty
food.
nuts.
Yep.
Did you just say meat?
Speaking of salty nuts, Cal, what kind of feathers are those?
They're cock feathers.
Ah, those are the cock feathers are the best.
I hold it
feathers.
up proudly. It probably looks like kind of threaded and like there some of the feathers are sticking out at sides. Like, doesn't this look great?
Aye, but it smells a bit vinegary.
Yeah, I forgot to wash them. It's not treated. I don't know how long that'll last.
Nothing worse than dirty cocks.
Aye.
I'm dead.
Fine.
You guys are killing the DM right now.
And then we montage off.
All right. So the group exits the camp, and they begin walking down the path towards
Oh my god.
towards the west. It's about a 3 days march. The fog is really thick around the encampment. About an hour's walk so far. The fog's starting to slowly dissipate, and it's becoming a little bit more. You can see a little bit further and further the further away you get from the camp.
Are we making our way into the forest?
You're
headed?
walking through the forest. You're supposed to go west. Let me pull up the map for you guys so I can kind of.
Does the fog give off like a natural feel or a supernatural?
A spooky feel.
Roll for. Let me see here. Where is your character sheet, Loki? Roll for investigation. I think that would be. No, roll for. Do you want to roll for nature? Yeah, roll for nature.
Yeah.
You.
Go ahead. Sorry, what are you saying?
I failed.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I might be able to help that.
Okay.
If it has anything to do with fae, fiends, or undead, I have advantage. So
Well-
I'm just gonna roll this because I don't know if you're gonna say it.
So roll
my
with.
advantage would have been 8
So you rolled an 8.
with advantage is 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Barney, what did you say you could help with?
I was wrong. I thought my natural explorer might help him, but it only helps me with checks like that.
Gotcha. So you kind of get the sense that the fog, it just feels like a normal fog to you. You don't really get any kind of sense of weirdness happening, if you will. As the group ventures on, is there anything that you would like to do, I guess? Or any questions that you may have?
So I've been meaning to ask you, Cal. Who is that? The one that you killed? The
Who's
forest?
who?
The man that you killed in the forest. We found you.
Yes. He was a man.
It was a man. Yes?
He's trying not to lie.
Is that because your pants will go on fire if you lie?
I have to be very careful about this.
About what? The fiery pants, or what you tell us?
Both.
Ah,
The
If you
forest
tell us
has
the
ears.
truth, would we be in danger?
I can't say for certain, though that is a possibility. All I know right now is
What?
that while we're in this forest, I shouldn't be the focus of that. We can. This is going to be a problem, most likely later down the road. So
I know, that's
I
kind of why I
suppose.
want to iron the
not
notes right now.
necessarily that. That man was one of the Seyden. And
One of the Sedan what? Just part of the clan?
Yes.
And what did he have to do with you?
Well, that's what I have to be careful with. All I can say to you right now is that after we rescue these prisoners, depending on who they are, things might change.
Yeah, I really just don't want you to be killing the prisoners once we find them, because they are worth a lot of money.
Well, if money's what you're worried about, Loki, then, well, don't.
Loki's moral compass comes out.
Yeah, it constantly changes.
Look, if I You want to kill people? Fine.
So
Do what you will with whoever you want. But the thing is that when you are messing with me and my pockets, I have a problem.
I kind of give him a sly smile, and I say, "That's fair, mate."
That goes for you too, Locks.
Yeah.
what? Don't mess with your pocketbook. Is that what you said?
Poisoning the the only blacksmith in the town is not helpful to any of us.
I thought we were done with this conversation. Honestly, I mean,
I did too.
Blacksmith.
Thought that
Cal.
he was back on good
Cal.
terms.
yeah, no, I mean, he looked happy when I left, but then again, I'm
Oh.
not.
He looked happy
I'm
that you
not
were
a good
leaving.
judge of character of humans. I mean, they can look one way and their heart could be saying something different. Isn't that right, Loki? I mean, that's
Yeah,
what
that's
people
true.
like, so.
Yeah.
But if you ask
Sometimes.
me, he looked like he wasn't going to be causing any trouble.
Cal.
Certainly
Yes, Bob.
hope not.
What are you comfortable telling us about what happened?
Well,
Just so that we have some context.
he I
Was this self-defense or was this...
no, this was
Premeditated.
this is righteous justice is what this was. He forced me to betray somebody I loved. He and 4 others. And I've sworn that I will do whatever I can to put them 6 feet under.
So 4 of those are amongst the prisoners that we're going to...
I don't know. I think I might have been lucky that one was here. Normally they're spread out, though, you know, people on different missions do different such things. I can't speak as to the locations of where they may be.
And so this is a personal quest. This
Indeed.
is okay. Is this also employment?
How do you mean?
As in,
Do
Are
I
you-
gain anything from this?
yes.
Financially?
I gain something, that's for certain.
Okay, but not necessarily financially.
No.
Okay. Okay.
So, my last question, and then we can squash it at that moment if you'd like. But why was it that you had none of your equipment when you had left?
That was the heat of the moment. I saw him in the night, and I had to take my chance
Do you saw him in the village?
on the outskirts.
But do you think that he knows or he knew about the location of the village?
I don't know. Our conversation, if you could call it that, wasn't that. It
That's
was brief.
understandable. Well, we are glad that he didn't kill you.
Like he had a chance.
Well, I appreciate you telling us at least that much.
I grunt, give him a pat on the shoulder, and I say, "The Seyden and the Madrove used to be friends, you know."
Yeah, well, both are all but gone at this point. The old alliances are dead.
Do you believe that?
I'll make my own alliances.
That's fair.
Ones I can trust.
We
Do I
have some
see-
trust
do I-
issues.
Do I see any small woodland creatures nearby?
Roll for perception for me.
I just heard a wolf.
Yeah.
Not saying nothing.
It's not a wolf.
Did you roll?
Natural 20.
Okay, so you picked up while they were conversating, you heard some roars. Sounds like it's not too far off.
Bear?
Don't assume. This is a very, very big and diverse world. You might not want to.
I mean, I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, so
and
you
I am a paladin that swore the oath of the ancients.
yeah.
He should
I
know
know
a little bit about
Every
Yeah.
creature that walks in this world.
So
Here's that thing. He's like, that's a hydra.
Yeah.
So what you you coming from caves and that like geographical location that you're from, you recognize the roar sounds very much like a bear.
How far away is it?
You can guess it's probably within, I'd say, 300 feet of you.
Do any of the rest of us hear it?
You guys are too busy talking at this moment to be paying attention.
In the sound of the bear, do I detect aggression or fear or simply
Stay away.
Bear noises.
Yeah,
noises?
Yeah, like stay away.
it seems like it's getting a little bit closer each roar.
At this point, then, do we hear it? Does anybody else?
Again, you guys are still kind of bickering back and forth. Brawl, you pick it up depending on what you would like to do here.
Guys, we have a bear approaching us. I would recommend hiding at the moment and
Bear? You're
waiting.
afraid of a bear?
Also, hiding.
I'm not afraid of a bear. I'm afraid of either whatever's chasing the bear, or
Maybe it's-
why a bear is so willing to attack a group that, as far as I can tell, we have not provoked it.
Well, we haven't been attacked by anything yet.
It's approaching
It's coming
toward us.
straight here.
I
take out my longbow and I look around, observing.
Okay. So are you guys going to continue to move forward then down this path, just kind of being very observed?
I'm gonna listen and I'm gonna smell.
But
I'm gonna taste the
are
air.
you guys going to continue to walk, I guess is my question.
I would recommend staying still for the moment, just to get a better idea of what direction this bear is going.
You said it was beelining towards us?
Sorry, I thought you were asking me. You're asking me. You're not asking me.
I was
Yeah,
asking
sorry.
Brawl.
Oh, yes, it sounds like it's getting closer.
I,
Well, let's set a quick trap then. All right, who has bows?
I'm scurrying up a tree.
All right, he's already on
bow.
it.
Okay.
Blood Hunter.
You know, it is
Already got
possible
it.
to, I don't know, not kill it.
Yeah, it's good food. Though.
I agree. I agree that it is possible and recommended that we don't fight it.
Why would we kill a bear?
Yeah, let it pass.
Yep,
Yeah.
I agree.
All
So,
right.
like I said, everybody lay low. Just be ready. If anybody attacks, that is a signal.
I'm going to attack.
We're not going to be able to run from a bear. Just throwing it out there.
Well, you can't run from a bear.
As
I could.
Aye.
What are you talking about? Dwarves are natural sprinters. Very dangerous over short distances.
Good one.
so as you guys kind of hang tight, roll. We have the group roll a d20 all at once for me. Plus your perception.
Anything?
Plus your perception.
18.
Oh, cool.
19.
I get advantage. Oh wait, this isn't a survival check. My proficiency bonus is doubled for intelligence or wisdom checks. Okay, so
Perception?
What's perception?
That's 10
15,
total.
15. Total of 15.
11.
15, 11, and Lux?
18.
10.
18.
18.
So the roaring, you can kind of hear it getting further and further away at this point.
Sounds
Does it
like
sound
it's-
differently? Like more painful?
No, just the roaring that you felt intensifying, getting closer and closer. It's as if it's turned around and kind of walked off in the opposite direction.
Well,
From
it
the-
sounds like it's heading in the, laterally away from us. Whereas,
Yeah. I think we might be okay to move.
I don't think he liked Loki's voice.
That's fine.
Nobody's perfect.
Looks like my voice just saved the rest of your lives.
So the group.
I give him a chuck on the shoulder.
So now you guys are going to carry on. Who's leading the way?
I can lead.
Okay.
if you want.
I'll be behind him.
I have a
Just chatting it up.
16 past the perception, if that helps.
Yeah, that helps a lot. So maybe you should be in front.
Yeah. Maybe me and Barney or Cal, did you say? Cal, did you say that you were up front? Where did you say you were?
I was behind Loki. If we're single file, but if we're just kind of like,
It depends on how you guys want to proceed.
All right.
I would like to be side by side right next to Loki. Then, so we're behind Lux.
Okay.
If we can do that on the road.
Perhaps we should walk single file as to hide our numbers.
If
Let it
well,
happen.
I'll watch the rear.
luckily, you guys,
Behind.
this is my favorite terrain. So while traveling for more than an hour,
It's-
which we have done, difficult terrain doesn't slow us down. We can't get lost. I remain alert to danger even when I'm engaged in another activity. I can move. We can all move stealthily at a normal pace. Oh no, that's just me while I'm alone. Sorry guys, I get mixed up sometimes. And we find twice as much food while foraging if we do need to do that. And while tracking creatures, we learn the exact number, sizes, and for how long ago they passed in the area. Just saying.
Well,
Thanks,
look-
Cal. That was
Yeah.
very informative.
Yeah, that sounds very useful.
Yeah.
It was almost like just like a dump of knowledge.
Yeah, I'm a savant, I think is what that lady once called me.
Yep,
It means very brave.
it's true.
Is that what it means?
So as you guys press forward, I'll have let's have Locks with your passive perception, but roll a d20 with perception as well. We've now ventured another hour.
19.
Okay, group carries on. So you guys move on for another hour, and you set out. I would say probably roughly around like 8 a.m. It's probably now getting close to 11. You're venturing into a path. Give me 1 second here so I can pull up my map. Okay. It's starting to get a little bit more stony, if you will. The path that you're on is made of dirt, and there's large rocks that are kind of around you. Hard to see over, but they're probably about like 20-30 feet in the air, and you're kind of walking through like this canyon-like area, if you will, where there's just large stones kind of scattered about. The grass is very much, it looks very short, and every turn that you guys are kind of taking, there's it's hard to see around the corner at this point.
DM, the map looks kind of weird on the stream.
Oh, I just turned the map. That's that's because the bar came down that I was looking at. Sorry. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we sense any danger around the corner?
It's
Are we, out of curiosity, sorry, are we still in a forest terrain, or have we moved
it's
out?
more it's shifting from forest to more grass and rock at this point. You guys are kind of entering into an area around the coast. Let me see if I can actually.
Is it higher in elevation?
It's the rocks are very elevated. There's not a lot of it's kind of like more hilly than it is mountainous. And think of it like when you guys are driving to, I don't know if you ever drove to Big Bear, but you see all the rocks on the way. It's kind of like that, where you have those giant rocks in grass fields and on the side of hills and mountains.
Okay, if we're coming to a bend, locks. I'm gonna say, hey, we've got a blind corner coming up. Should we hop on one of the rocks and take a peek around real quick, or keep on headed?
Yeah, no, I don't mind. I can jump up and see.
Okay, so as you guys kind of venture forward and you're doing this, Locks, you come to this giant rock, or I like to say it's kind of, you have the road, which is flat, and then it kind of stops at this rock face where you guys are going to have to climb up about 10 feet to continue on your path.
Or you can jump up there.
Yeah, so still stealthily, but like I want to be able to like at least crouch over so I can see what's going on.
Okay.
Over
so
there.
for your, I know we kind of mentioned this earlier. So for your stealth, you roll a d20 and I roll a d20, right? Is that how that would work?
Yeah, if anybody's looking for me.
Okay.
If it's a passive, then you use your passive
Okay.
perception.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you're looking for me, then you roll a d20 and your wisdom.
Okay.
I have a 19.
Okay. So as you kind of climb up, you peek your head over the side, and you can see off in the distance, probably about 60 feet or so, you see what looks like an org walking towards you, and there's two. It's hard from that distance to make out exactly what they are, but it looks like there's two animals walking beside it as it comes closer down this path towards you.
How far away are
They're
they?
about 150 feet, I would say. Due to the angle that you're at, it's kind of hard to make out exactly what's behind the org, but you see two fairly large beast-like creatures walking beside the org as the org's in the middle.
On all fours, like the beasts are on all
Yeah.
fours. All right. So I relay all that quietly to the group below.
All right. Well, then we need a fast plan. There's not a lot of cover here. Should we just hide behind a rock and try to take them out as quietly as possible, or?
What is around us?
So you have, where you're at here is a ledge, and you have some rocks on the side of you, and then you notice there's some rope as well that kind of looks like is used to pull you up to get to the other to get up to 10 feet. As you're still looking, Locks, you can see that these two beasts are being pulled with giant metal chains that the org's holding, and you can make it out. They look like bears.
All right. So I relay that as well. And, I mean, if we're intent on trying to hide, then we should find high ground, because these bears might be able to sniff us out.
Yeah, well, if it's just rocks around here, we don't have much choice.
Are we
What about the ropes to get up to the next?
That's the ropes are just lead up to the next level, right where Lox is, right?
Lox is kind of perched up looking, so he kind of hopped up 10 feet. He's kind of perched up looking. He's eye level where his eyes are, and you can just see like the top of his head. Looking straight down the path, and coming down the path is an org holding 2 bears with chains.
Under capture. We need to free the bears.
we can direct all fire on the Orog.
Yes.
So we've got, if Loki, Lox, and I all release arrows at the same time, I'm sure we can do some serious damage.
What knowledge do we have of Orog's cement and bear use?
So you know that in regards to the cement followers, that they use a lot of anything that they can really to wipe out. They're very the bears. An org is giant, right? So it's a very large, the medium-sized creature. It's a pretty good size. It's very strong, muscular, very demanding. You know that they've had, coming from the other lands, they brought strange creatures with them, and they were able to domesticate a lot of creatures you would consider should be free in this land. So not only have they come here and taken a lot of the land, but they've domesticated some of the animals for their devices.
These bears look like they are cooperating with the Orog.
Yes, as if he's leading them on a search, if you will.
All right. We need to make our move. Are we going to hide or wait and attack? Proactive or reactive? What are we doing?
I mean, what does anyone have anything in their repertoire that may be able to free these beasts?
Maybe are they beasts?
They're
I
beasts.
don't know if freeing them is going to keep them from attacking us.
They're about 50 feet away at this point.
Oh, really?
Keep getting closer. Are we downwind?
You are heading west, so you are coming from the east, and the wind is coming from the north.
They're
Okay,
50 feet
so
away.
we
In
should
what
be
direction are they?
We should get
West.
surprise on this fool real fast.
So
Yeah.
hide or fight? Fight?
Fight.
Fight. All right, so let's get in place.
All right, and with that, guys, we are going to take our quick little break in the action, our midpoint break here. If it's midpoint, we'll see. But we will be back in 10 minutes, and as the group begins to take their places and possibly sneak up on 2 bears and an org. All right, see you all in 10 minutes. 1. And we are back, folks. We are just entering into a moment where an Orog is with 2 chains. You can see these two bears. Their eyes, you can kind of make out very, very faintly, but they're blood red, and they're being pulled by 2 chains with this Orog who was venturing forward, and Lox was able to see them far away, and you guys are now planning your attack as they get closer. So I'll let you guys move your characters to where you would like to position yourself. I'll give you guys from this point. You have about I'll give you about 60 feet that you can move in total from where you were, wherever you want to go within 60 feet, so long as you remain hidden and not obviously right in front.
So is the rope right now in view of the Ura?
No, because it starts below her.
Yeah, I was good. Yep, I would also like to move up there. I think before we move up there to the group, if we're gonna snipe these guys, we should have the high ground.
How high up is that?
So that is about, height-wise, is about right at, I would say, 60 feet. But there's another, this path over here. This is a little bit, they can kind of walk up this to venture up and wrap around. So.
Okay. And then pointing out to the group, there's another set of ropes.
Good eye.
So maybe we should let them pass.
Bears are excellent climbers.
Yeah.
We voted to fight. Is that still the vote?
Yeah.
Is
Alright,
it?
So
I mean, if we see, now that we see these ropes, maybe we should try and pass without fighting.
Well, where are they headed? They're headed down the path. And where does that path lead?
they're headed toward
the
us.
village that you wanted to protect. So let's protect the village and shoot the bears.
But they don't know where the village is. We've been going for hours.
We
on the
voted to
path.
shoot. I'm gonna shoot.
I too am gonna release.
All right. Before they hear us, before you say they hear us, I would like to sneak attack the Orog.
Okay. And
I'll shoot him right
let
behind.
me.
Do we get like a surprise
Yeah,
round?
so I'm going to give you guys
That would
one
make it
surprise
easier.
round. And whatever you would like to do. Let me get my. 1 second here. Where the heck is?
Heck yeah. Ah! that's Lox's war cry.
Okay, 1 second. All right. First, I'm going to have everybody roll for initiative.
Oh yes, of course.
Let's see.
Start with Cal.
23.
Okay, 23. Lox.
24.
Ah.
Loki?
I wasted a natural 20.
Dirty
What did
20.
you-
Danan.
19.
And then Brawl.
High rolls.
You're muted.
I'm muted? Oh, Brawl's.
Yeah,
oh,
Brawl is.
Hey, you scared.
No, Brawl
I was
was.
like, no, not again.
Oh yeah, make sure you're not muted.
Seven, Brawl.
7.
Bro.
Lucky 7.
All right, I'm going to give everybody a surprise attack. We'll start with Lox.
All right. So let's see. So I get a sneak attack on this guy. Uh, 24 to hit.
Who are you hitting? Sorry. Who,
Oh, sorry. I'm shooting the Orog with the short
okay,
bow.
aiming for the organ. It was what to hit?
24.
That will hit.
Okay. Let me pull it. It's the first time using assassinate, so let me try to
Nice.
make sure I get it right.
Ooh, how does that work?
So assassinate, I have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet, and any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit.
Damn.
Assassinate.
at level 3, I have an extra d6 of damage.
Damn. Silence him.
All right, so 25 damage,
What?
and if he's poisoned, 7 poison.
Roll.
Boom!
He is not poisoned. So 25 damage. So as you're pulling your arrow back, it flies forward, landing. Do it. Sound effect. Hold on. Ready? Yeah, there it
Ready.
is.
Oh.
Right in the flesh.
Ugh.
So the arrow lands right in his flesh, right on his shoulder blade, but it goes super deep in, and it is lodged in there, and blood starts kind of pouring down his back. He's taken off guard, and he kind of whips back, throwing his one hand up, dropping one of the chains, freeing the bear that he was holding.
Okay.
And that was 25 points of damage, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Is he bloodied?
He is bleeding very badly.
Profusely.
This next ledge, how much higher is that than where we are right now? This right here.
That one is, I would say, about 5 feet up.
Okay.
Next
I'll just stay for right now.
next is going to be Cal.
Okay. So I'm gonna take a knee right next to him, draw back and fire at the bear that the chain, the guy dropped, the one that he dropped the chain
So
to.
this one right here.
Yes.
All right. And you're
And-
firing.
Using my bow, that's a +7. So to hit, that's going to be a 19.
That'll hit.
All right, let's see how this works. So, as my bonus action, I would like to use Planar Warrior.
Okay.
So,
Ooh.
how far away is this bear in terms of feet?
Down. So you guys are about 60 feet up right now, and then over.
Ah,
You're about 60 up. And
then I guess I'm just using Hunter's Mark for the moment. Then.
Okay. From your
'Cause I
from your
can't-
angle, you would have to hop up onto this ledge to get the bear.
Okay.
Reason being is you have this giant rock in your way from seeing it, unless you want to kind of scale out onto the
All right.
ledge over here.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I haven't used movement, so use that as an action. Shoot as an action. Hunter's Mark as a bonus action.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay, so that's just going to be a D8 and a D6. It's going to be 5 piercing damage.
Okay. 5 piercing damage. So as you unleash your arrow, it lands in the bear's foot. It kind of jumps up like this, and it gives a great roar out. And 5 piercing damage. Next will be Loki.
The Urug's still alive, so I guess I'm going to step up to get into at least an ability to fire on him. And fire with my longbow.
Okay.
And that's a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Four.
Okay. So
4 damage.
So
Hell
as
yeah.
he's kind of wincing in pain, his arms thrown up, the other arrow comes and catches him right in the bicep, but it skims underneath, and then it just kind of leaves a slash. A little bit of blood starts trickling down his arm. Ah. And then next after Loki is going to be Danon.
All right. So I'm going to firebolt
Okay.
the org.
Okay.
That's dirty 20.
Okay, you guys are rolling phenomenally right now. So far, anything I put in front of you guys have just completely demolished, and these are supposed to be very difficult.
And that's really a lucky 7
Okay,
total.
so 7 damage. So you unleash a firebolt.
Yeah. Ah.
Nice.
The firebolt hits the Org, and he drops down to a knee. His arms up in the air. There's blood coming here. You can see the flames kind of engulfing him that he's standing in, and they're kind of rising up, and he's standing in the fire as it slowly singes his skin. You deal 7 damage. Anything else to know?
I'm going to hide again, just like.
Okay, you're going to move back behind the rock. And then next is going to be Brawl.
He will yell intensely.
I would like to move over here.
That's 3. Ah, I messed up.
And how far away is this bear?
From you, you're 65 feet up. And it is 10, 15, 20 feet over. So 65 up and then 20 feet over.
Okay. Drawing on my knowledge of animals. Do I get the vibe from the bears that they are acting of their own will, in terms of they're not tortured captives, they're not under the spell of something, that they are simply bears being bears and cooperating with this?
So you look at their eyes and they are literally just all red. The whole eye is red. So you kind of tell it doesn't look natural.
Okay. All right. I draw on my holy powers to speak with animals.
Okay. Do you have that ready, right? You're a cleric, so you could just speak with animals on your
Paladin.
Sorry. Okay. And you're gonna shout down. What are you gonna say?
Why are you with? How do I even describe? I mean, they're not gonna know what an Orog is. Why are you with that blue creature?
And Danan growls behind you for some reason.
You feel inspired.
Suddenly, no. So
What?
they kind of look at each other, and they look up at you, and and you get this sense of just void, like it's a void.
I turn to the rest of the group. I think we have to kill them.
I knock another arrow.
I don't even know if they're physically alive.
More jerky for us.
Then anything?
You think they're
Whatever consciousness existed in them at some point there's nothing there.
so right now they're slaves to the Urog.
Or
Perhaps
something.
we just need to kill the Urog and maybe they'll go back to normal.
Step one. Let's do it.
All right. Anything else you want to do, Brawl?
I would like to ready my great axe.
Okay. So you ready your great axe, you pull it out, you're holding it, and you just and then
Get jacked!
Jack, you're Super Saiyan level 14. And then next, so the surprise round is over. We're gonna hop back up to Locks. What would you like to do?
Oh, waste him.
All right, let me try to shoot the Orog again.
Okay.
Oh, 19 to hit.
It hits.
Okay. He sees us, right? Like this is. Does he see me?
Yeah, they're looking up at you at this point. You could, but he's still. There's flames around him. They're dying down. He's on one knee. He's looking directly up at you, and you can tell he's in a ton of pain. There's blood spewing out of his back. You must have hit something major through the back, and the arrow's lodged in there super deep. Like just this much of the arrow's left.
All right, I got
Out of his misery.
11 damage and then 5 poison if he's poisoned.
Okay. So as you fling the arrow and it goes forward, it lands right into his neck, going right through, knocking him over dead.
Any change in the bears? Am I noticing anything?
Well, as he falls, both the chains are now free, and they're both looking up at your guys' direction. Their eyes still fixated as they kind of shift their focus towards the rock face.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. From up here, would I still have a good view of the bears? No, because it's a little bit too high. If you would have a view of everything kind of in this direction over here. The cliff's a little too high for it would be kind of shielding them from that vantage point. Got it. Okay. All right. I'll stay where I'm at for right now.
Okay. All right. Next is going to be Yukalo.
All right. Would I have to move to shoot the same bear?
I mean, you could essentially, because you can pass through a friendly player, you could essentially stand where Brawl's standing.
Aha! What's up, Brawl?
Aye.
Actually, I'll take a step closer to the edge.
Okay, so you
Just
hop
for
down
fun.
5 feet.
So I've got 1 foot on the edge, and then I'm leaning over, and I'm gonna fire off. 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yeah, get that bear. All right. $12 piercing damage.
Very good. So it lands right. Actually, I want to use this one. And it lands right as the bear kind of turns about and is kind of beginning to shift and move forward towards you. Towards the what do you call it? Towards the rocks. It lands right on the middle of its back. Blood starts kind of flowing down his back. His eyes fixated on you. That's 12 damage, right?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Okay. Next is going to be Loki.
All right, so I'm gonna use my
Danan, you're on deck.
my bonus action to add a Crimson Right to my attack, which adds fire. And in order to do that, I actually take 4 damage
Okay.
in order to activate that. So I just took 4. And then, okay, so now I have fire on my attacks, and I'm going to attack the damaged
One that
damage
I've
bear.
been shooting.
Yeah,
Make him a pincushion.
dirty 20.
Okay.
And
Is that a little loud?
a little
Yeah.
loud,
Okay. Forward a little bit.
a little too triumphant for the moment.
I'm so sad.
Wow, I'm rolling terribly on damage though. 4 regular damage, 1 fire damage.
So 5 total?
Yeah.
Towards the first bear that's closest to you guys?
The one that's already had
The
damage.
one that I've been
Gotcha.
shooting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then next, unless you want any movement, Loki?
I guess I'll kind of stick closer by Danan
Okay.
right now.
All right.
I'll
And
be
then
kind of like
next is Danan.
Okay, so we are attacking the bears, right? We're gonna kill them. I'm going to lay down and put my hands on the ground. What? Why?
Okay.
I'm gonna put my hands down and I'm going to cast Entangle on the bears.
What's the range on that?
That's 90.
Okay.
So maybe, yeah, I'm good. Maybe if I need to move like one more.
Yeah, I'd say there would be a good spot, and then that would be okay.
And then I'm going to just like cast it
Okay.
from the ground up towards them. And I'm gonna say just make it quickly. And that's really good. So that's 21.
So grasping, so it hits.
Entangle.
Yeah, grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square, starting from a point within range. This has a range of 90 feet. So the vines start growing up around the bears. Let's see, I'm just reading the spell. For the duration, these plants turn to the ground and the area into difficult terrain. A creature in the area when you cast a spell must succeed on a stress saving throw or be restrained by entangling plant until the spell ends.
Yeah, so they're gonna be trapped. And that way I will let the arrow shooters to kill them quickly without any pain or the least possible pain.
Okay.
I'm not looking at what I'm just like I cannot see.
So
How long does that last?
1 minute.
1 minute, so which is a long time. Now from
I'm just
that range, I will say that within 90 feet, that'll hit both.
So that's 65. Yeah.
Okay, and then ends a creature restrained by the plant may use action to.
We can run past them.
they have to have a strength of 13
Yeah.
saving throw.
Yeah.
Right?
So whatever your spell save DC is, which is your what is that? That's your
my saving.
It's 8 plus
13.
proficiency
plus her spell casting.
which is charisma.
Yeah, so-
Is it
That's
it
13.
charisma?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 13. The first one is restrained. The second one is not.
I'm still not looking. I'm just like I don't like this.
So he is restrained, and we'll give him this thing, a little nut. So restrained. Next,
This
go ahead. Sorry.
This is the first time that I cast any natural, like druidic.
Mhm. So these. Oh yeah. Excuse me.
So-
roll a d20. I'm sorry.
I'm just being a fair player.
Yeah. No, I get it. No, I'm sorry. It slipped my mind.
That's 6.
Ooh, okay, so they clasp down on the bear, and the vines kind of start to lose control, and they shift around from the bear, and they start climbing up the mountain face. and they end up making a little bit of a bridge right here. So there's a bridge of vines that once were surrounding the bear that now are going up towards you. So there is now, I would say, about 2 feet thick of vines that are now making a land bridge up to these rocks right here.
So you're not using the magic, the wild magic shard.
I rolled a d20. Or what else are you? Oh, sorry. Off screen. Timeout. I rolled a d20. I rolled an 18. What is that?
Remember, you have a magic shard.
Where's the chart?
We send it to you
Yeah, sorry. 1 second.
So it's like a reaction.
Where's the chart? Was it in a message? My apologies.
Oh, it's okay. It's been a while.
I've been doing it differently. My apologies. But I'd rather get it right. Take a second. Apologies.
Hold on, we'd have to pull up the.
Was it in Facebook?
So I like on the player's handbook.
Oh.
So if you roll a d100.
Okay. 1 sec. Okay. And what? I rolled an 18, so we'll say that is.
Out of a D100?
Yeah.
You rolled an 18?
I don't have a D100. Oh, no, I do. I do.
Sure.
I do.
You do the percentile die.
I do. 70.
70, so it's...
My apologies.
Oh, so here. It says, each creature within 30 feet of you becomes invisible.
Oh.
For the next minute.
Okay.
The invisibility ends on the creature when it attacks or casting a spell.
Okay. All right. My apologies.
So all of us just disappear.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
everybody is now invisible unless they cast a attack. Okay. My apologies, Danon. The bridge never happened. The one bear is still entangled, and then all of everybody within 30 feet is now invisible. I'm gonna have that chart up now every time we play. my apologies.
We are creating this class together, so it's a learning experience.
Right. I've been doing this a little bit
all of us.
differently. My apologies.
No, it's okay.
But that is completely cool. Now everybody is invisible. That is around you. So one by one, you look around, and you're standing there, and then Loki goes invisible. Lox disappears. Brawl disappears. And then Yukalo, sorry. I always call you Cal, but I'm always like Yukalo. Disappears. And then you're standing there. You have no idea where anybody is. And you're like, where the hell? You're scared. You feel alone.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You guys still there?
Guys?
I look over the edge just to see if the bears are still.
That's funny.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
So nobody's saying anything right now. Brawl looks over the edge, and it's Brawl's turn. So right now, Danon is just freaking out, thinking that everybody's just disappeared.
What do I see?
You see one bear that's caught up in vines trying to break free, while the other one's kind of beginning to shift around the vines.
I yell down, "You don't have to die here. You don't have to serve them anymore."
As you do that, roll for persuasion.
Is that common?
Now you
No,
speak
it's
to Anno.
speaking to them in bear.
Can you you do that consistently?
It's a paladin spell. It's an oath spell.
Out
So
of
it lasts-
curiosity, is
It
bear
lasts
primordial?
for 10 minutes.
No, bear's not primordial.
No.
Bears are not primordial.
No.
Would be cool though.
Dang it.
Let me see here. These spells. Speak with animals. It lasts. Casting time is 1 action. Duration is 10 minutes.
Lucky 13.
Okay. The bear kind of looks up at you, and you just hear, "Hmm."
Oh,
And he kind of tries to sit, and he's getting. You can kind of tell he's a little bit tired. Eyes still red.
Yeah.
He sits?
He sits down. Yes.
Huh.
it's possessed or like mind control.
I turn to the rest of the group and say, we should run.
You just see me and everybody's gone. And I'm like,
And leave a couple of bears for the next travelers.
So right now, nobody sees each other except for you guys can see Danan. That's...
Where did everyone else go?
But I can hear everybody talking.
Yeah, everybody can hear each other, but Danan is the only one not invisible at this particular moment in time.
Oh, that's great.
So she's kind of freaking out. Her hands are on the ground. There's vines that are coming down the side of this cliff and entangling this one bear, and she's freaking out. Where is everybody?
At this point, do we know that sometimes her stuff goes wonky?
I mean, it's been. I mean, it depends on how much you've been observing. It's been happening from time to time.
All right. Princess, it's okay. It looks like you may have just
whoopsie!
hidden us really well.
I did a whoopsie. Yeah, it's a whoopsie. Sorry. Yeah.
All right. Next, anything else, Brawl?
Say some more words.
Any movement? You use your action for talking already. Anything else you want to move down or anything you want to do?
I don't think so.
Okay. Next, this cave bear is going to roll. It has to beat a D13 to break loose. And it does. So the bear that's sitting, it just musters all its energy, and then the vines go breaking out about it, and it begins to climb the rock face.
How far does it
gets
get?
40 feet. So this is so we'll say he gets here. Sorry. So he climbs, he digs in with his claws and climbs up to the top, lifting over, and then moves, starts going around the rock. Next, the other cave bear, who is free, begins to sprint and dash. 5, 10, 15, 20. It's a double movement. And then begins to round the corner. So, and then gets over to you guys. So they're both up now on the same ledge. Next is going.
That was 60 feet up.
So he had double movement. So and they're large animals. So he dashed, and the other one just climbed up and got to the top.
Gotcha.
Next is going to be Locks.
Which one of these bears has been hit before? This one?
Yes, the one that had the net on it is the one that was hit.
And we're still invisible, right?
Yes, you guys are invisible until you attack.
That's true.
Yeah. So the bears.
Except for poor Danan, who's sitting, basically looks like on a plate.
True. All right. So I'm assuming he doesn't see me, right?
Yeah, you can assume correctly. You are completely invisible at this point.
All right, then. I'm going to sneak attack him.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one? The one that...
The one with the net.
Okay.
The one with the most damage.
Sorry, I just got to pull up my character thing. I keep going back and forth. 18
To
hit.
18 hits.
Or 29 damage.
Oh my god, dude.
It's a critical hit, so it's 29 damage, and then 3 poison if he's poisoned.
Let's.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, the poison doesn't even matter. So is it an arrow, right?
Yeah, it's a short bow.
Unbelievable, your character. So strong. The arrow goes right into the middle of his forehead. As it's kind of coming, you see the eyes. As soon as the arrow goes in, the eyes turn back to brown, and it looks you.
So don't do that.
And
No.
then falls over dead.
All right, poor guy.
Rip.
All right, I'm gonna jump to right behind his carcass to use it as a shield.
Okay.
I guess right there would be the best place.
But you are now visible again.
Yeah.
Next is going to be Cal.
Me. So, this time now I'm going to cast. Where is it? Planar Warrior.
Okay.
Here we go. Because I'm assuming how many feet away is this bear from me?
The bear is, you have to climb up 5 feet, and then 5, 10, 15. It's about 20 feet. It's about 25 feet.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna stay behind whatever you said. There's something for 5 feet.
So
I'm
you're
gonna
on
stay
the
behind
ledge right now, right? And this
Yeah.
rock to get up to the top of this rock is 5 feet up.
that. Okay.
So you
I
can't
guess I'll
really
get on top of the rock.
You can't see the bear from this side.
Okay, then I'll get on top of the rock,
Okay.
and then lean over and shoot him.
Okay. So you're gonna want to move probably
I'm gonna use.
right here then. I'll move you. You're gonna be right here.
I got it. Is that adjacent or am I above?
You're
him?
above him.
Okay. So I'm just going straight down, I guess.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna use D&D Beyond to roll for me this time.
That's exciting.
Let's
They have
see
good
what
dice.
they give me. Yeah, let's see. And 24.
That'll hit.
Thanks, D&D Beyond.
Make it quick. Just kill him.
All right. Heck yeah. So this is now I'm dealing 2 types. Okay, how's this thing work? Choose a creature. Next time I hit him, all damage dealt by the attack becomes force damage. Okay, so I get him for Hunter's Mark and then an extra D8. So. And plus 3. 13 force damage.
Okay. So you're using an arrow, right?
Yep. Just.
Oh, I got your sound effect right here, buddy.
I like mine better.
That was so weak. That I'll do a arrow, and it lands right in the back of his neck, and deals. You said 13 damage.
13 force
Okay.
damage.
Kind of pushes him down a little bit. He looks up, his head cocked up at you. Eyes are blood starts kind of coming down his eyes. You can't even see the pupils. It's just all red.
Ah, gross.
All right. Next after is Loki.
Well, realizing that it just ran right toward me, I'm gonna back away.
Okay. Can't
that.
see you. So you don't have to worry about an opportunity of attack.
And then I'm gonna fire my bow.
Okay.
If I'm invisible, is that advantage?
So as Yukalo does that, he pops up. Danon looks, sees him. She saw Loki hop in the air. So her friends are starting to come back one by one. I'll give you advantage, Josh. That's fine. Or excuse me, Loki.
20 something to hit.
That'll hit.
22. And that's a good one. 11 regular damage and 3 fire damage.
Okay, so this fiery bow, you draw it, and then the fire. The bear looks up, his eyes widen, and hits it right in the chest as it stands up on its hind legs. And that was a total of how much damage?
The total was 14 damage.
And then next is Danan. So as you see this, standing beside you is Yukalo. You saw Lox hop in the air after the attack, and then you saw the fire fling, and then you see Loki reappear. Yes.
I realize I messed up. That bear does not have Hunter's Mark, so it should have only been like 7 force damage.
Okay, so and it was how much damage that you dealt?
7.
Total before.
13.
Okay, so it gains,
so it was 5, so it should have been 8.
So he gets 5 points of health back?
Okay. Yeah. My
That's
bad.
fine. Okay. Next is Danan, sorry.
Is it looking?
How's it looking? He's moving slowly. He's on his hind legs, but you can tell that he's in pain. He's kind of...
We'll try to... Yeah, I will firebolt it again. Try to see if I can push him down the...
Okay.
like the cliff.
Okay. So you unleash a firebolt.
That's 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that's 6 damage.
Okay, so you unleash a firebolt, lands in front of it, starts singeing his hair. You can see the hair kind of retracting back on his front left paw, and the ground beneath him is a little bit on fire. Some of the shrubbery and the hair, you can smell the burning hair in the air, and he's waving his paw, landing on his feet. And that was, you said 6 damage, correct?
Yeah, you're killing me.
Okay. And then next is going to be Brawl.
And
sorry,
I
my
will...
apologies. You still have movement.
Oh, sorry. I'm shocked, so I'm gonna move just 5 feet to start walking behind. Like,
Okay.
that's it.
All right, next is going to be Brawl.
I'm going to move over here, and I am going to channel my divinity and cause spectral vines to spring up and reach for the creature.
Okay. Let's take a look here.
He has to roll
What's the spell that you're using?
Nature's Wrath.
Where is that?
It's a paladin spell. Channel divinity.
I'm looking. I see you have Cure Wounds.
It's not in its spells. It wouldn't be in spells.
Oh, okay. Your oath allows you to channel divine energy to fuel magic efforts. When you use your channel divinity, you choose which option to use. You must then finish a short or long rest to use channel divinity again. Some short divinity effects require saving throw DC 12. So you're using Nature's Wrath, you said?
Yeah.
So channel divinity, as an action, you can cause spectral vines to spring up and reach for a creature within 10 feet, which he is. And then you can see the creature must succeed on a strength or dex saving throw, its choice DC 12, or be restrained. It can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turn, freeing itself. Okay, so he has to beat a 12. And it's a dex saving throw?
It's whatever the bear chooses.
Okay.
Strength or
We'll use
dex.
strength. 'Cause it's a bear.
You said it was a she.
She.
She maybe had cubs.
So that's a
Oh.
23.
Uh,
So these vines spring up, and then the bear swipes them away. The vines kind of are loose and flying in the air, And then next is any other movement or anything else you want to do?
Nope.
Okay, the bear turns the corner. And then lunging down, he's going to take a bite at your. It's always you, buddy, at Loki.
What?
And that is going to be a 24 to hit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That hits.
That'll be 9 points of damage. So he comes down, biting your leg. And then as he does that, he comes down with his claw. And that's going to be a 16 to hit.
That hits.
And that's another additional 12 points of damage.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Yeah, that hits.
So that's going to be a total of 21 points of damage.
Wait, that was 12 more
12
damage?
more damage.
Okay, so I'm going to use my reaction
Okay.
to do what is called Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
So I'm going to be super, like just suddenly taken over by anger and by rage and just explode.
Okay.
It is a dexterity saving throw of 12. It needs to make.
He does not make.
Ooh. So that means he takes 2d10 fire damage, which is 7 and 4, so 11 damage.
Okay. So as he comes down, biting you, and then coming down, clawing you, these flames rise up, singeing him from the underneath, and all of his hair lights on fire. And now you have a fiery bear
self-destruct.
in front of you. And this energy blasting him back as he's standing up on his hind legs, as he's standing in all this flame. And then anything... Oh, actually, no, you can't do anything else.
That was just a reaction. Yeah.
Next is going to be Lox.
All right. Let's see, 5, 10, 15.
Think you could kill this one too?
Can I stand? All right. This is just a normal shot, but short bow to the bear. But close your eyes, princess. $24 to hit.
That'll hit.
$13 damage, and then 6 damage. 6 poison if he's poisoned.
How do you want to do this?
Quickly.
Okay. So describe it.
How about just a temple shot and he falls down? Just
Okay. So you kind of hop up, shoot your short bow, and it lands right in the temple, falling over. As it falls over, you can see his eyes turn back to brown right before he takes his last gasping breath. Dead.
That was way too celebratory for what happened.
The kind of takes a little bit away from any kind of role play that we might want to do.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Huzzah! That's for me.
And especially if it sounds like Kramer just walked into the apartment.
hey,
All right. I won't do the huzzahs anymore.
no
more huzzahs. All right.
hey, Jerry.
What
So
what was that?
We don't have any bedrolls, right?
no,
what is that supposed to?
no bed rules.
I take my knife and I'm gonna walk over to one of the bears and start getting its pelt.
I
And
go
maybe
over.
a little bit of meat as well. I'm a ranger. I'm good at this stuff. This is what I do.
I go over and
Survive.
say a few words to each of the bears.
Bro, you mind saying a few words to me as well? I'm not doing too hot.
Oh, yes, Loki. I will be right over.
That was spicy. What happened? Did you explode?
I don't know. I just got a little bit. Sometimes when I get hurt, real bad,
Ah.
something happens
Alright.
to me.
You
Yeah,
you
I
recover
understand.
you recover 15 HP.
Oh, that's an amazing help. Thank you.
Anytime.
Yeah. Loki, I understand the feeling.
So as you
Okay, I help Barney.
you guys are skinning this, roll
Hold this.
roll a d20 with your let's see here real quick. Yukalo, you are
Survival or nature?
This is like my thing.
yeah, no, I know. So what would it be? That would be your nature's only +1.
Yeah, I have a terrible wisdom.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
No, intelligence is -1.
Yeah, which you've been playing perfectly. Just kidding.
Whoa.
I'm referring
Whoa.
back to the moment.
That was a compliment.
Yeah, it is a compliment. That moment actually completely makes sense now in my head. Okay, so you're proficient in primal awareness. I'm just trying to think here. How good?
How to skin a bear?
Yeah, do your performance. We'll just because you're putting on a show right now.
Am I? There's blood flying everywhere. I'm throwing organs out, and Brawl is helping me. I throw him the gallbladder, and I roll a 14 for performance.
And then Brawl roll a +d4.
No.
Thanks for helping, mate. I'm in my element.
I can see you're in a flow state, as they call it.
Poor Danon's just watching you guys destroy this bear right now.
Oh, we're doing it very elegantly.
No,
For sure.
not at all. He's like a bladder.
But
Everything.
in professional, clean.
Exactly. He's not. He's making a mess as a byproduct. He's not making a mess on purpose.
Yes.
And Brawl, would you roll for d4?
An even 2.
Okay, so you are filleting this bear so perfectly, and it's glorious.
I have a mighty fine pelt after this.
I'm
Should we-
lots of words.
What? Haven't you ever seen clothes made before? Same concept.
I want to do a check on this bear that was attacking that I had set on fire.
Maybe the other one.
Wait, are you opening the
skidding.
one that's in front of me?
Oh no!
Yeah,
I
we're
guess
skidding.
I would be doing the one that is less singed.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah,
bursted
you're
into
right.
flames.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You did do that. I didn't move.
I use prestidigitation to reduce the flame if it's still on fire, reduce it down as nothing
Okay, so
on the bear, and I want to investigate.
it's pretty well charred at this point. The hair has kind of rescinded, and you're looking at almost a naked burnt bear, and it's just lying there, and some blood is kind of pouring out onto the ground and drying up because of the heat. It's a bear. It's a dead bear.
Do I sense any from what the bear was being controlled by? Do I sense any kind of magic in play?
At this moment in time, no.
So now that it's gone, it's no residual effect.
Correct.
What are you doing down by the body there, Lox?
I wanted to see if there was any trinkets.
Roll a d10 for me, Lux.
D10, you said? Oh, 10.
Okay. So moment. Okay, so you see a great axe, 2 javelins, and then you also see about 30 copper pieces, and then a picture, a painting, a little small sketch of what looks to be like a female orc.
And a baby, probably.
No baby. Just a...
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm gonna take the
Wow.
picture. I'll take the copper, and then I'll leave the weapons there for anybody else who wants them.
Okay. Takes the picture. I love it. Anything else anybody's looking to do?
Well, I think it's probably best that we move off the path from now on.
I will. So this bear, the one that is right here, right, is basically unusable, right?
He's pretty fucked up. So yeah.
Well, I mean,
You
like
can get meat.
if
You
we
can
want
probably
to
get
use him
meat.
for
Yeah,
meat,
probably.
Or just skin
you can
him
skin
as
you
well.
can skin him. It would just be not as soft because the fur is obviously gone.
No, I think
You're
that
just
the
going for
nun
the
became.
hide.
No, I think that the nun just became vegetarian. So I will say that I'm sorry this happened to you, and move away.
Just the circle of life.
Eh. I will just like move down and go closer to, like here, close to Lux.
Then, Cal, how many hides are you trying to get out of this?
I just want to skin the one bear,
Okay.
the one with fur.
I'd say with the one with
Um,
fur, you could probably make at least 3 hides out of, or at least 3. Well,
Okay.
3 sleeping bags, if you will,
Rolls?
sleeping rolls.
How much hide do you think it would, or how much fur do you think I could like salvage to make like a really cool cape?
is it?
So you could either, I would say you have enough for 3 rolls or 2 rolls in the cape.
2 rolls in a cape. I guess I could skin both bears if we have the time. What time is it? Like if I look out at the sun, how are we doing?
Probably 1 in the afternoon at this point. Well, probably like noon.
Alright.
We'll say noon. It's noon.
Lunchtime.
Uh,
Yeah, I was about to say,
how much?
maybe we should take a short rest.
If we rest here, I can finish
Yeah.
skinning these things up. Get
I'll help.
some bedrolls and something for myself.
Well, my thought is that we actually move away from the path.
We
It
should
was
definitely
obvious
move
he
that
was-
body off the path.
Well, right now we're sitting 60 feet up from the path.
Oh, so-
Uh,
some of you.
Lux
I
and
pick my feet
I,
over the edge.
Lux and I are by this body, so we can move it and toss it into the canyon thingy that is right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
Is there?
yeah, is that, or should we bury it?
The Orog?
Yeah.
If there's a canyon, yeah, I could say throwing it off that, but I don't know if there is a canyon here.
So canyon, it's just very rocky.
Oh, it's going up. Okay.
Yeah, it goes.
It's more shadow.
Yeah, that's just shadow. It goes up, and there's just more rocks and.
Okay.
Cal and I will finish skinning both these bears to make sure that we have
Couple
sleeping
mats.
rolls.
They're just going to be mats. They're not going to be any warmth.
Hey, insulation on the bottom, still good.
That's true.
All right. So I think this would be a good place to end. A short rest while you guys skin and bury the bodies, and I think we will pick up from here on next week's episode of whenever the hell you guys want to name the group.
Of We Don't Know
We
Yet.
don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
That's what it's
Yeah.
called. It's called We Don't Know Yet.
But I hope everybody had fun watching. It was definitely a very adventurous episode, if I do say so myself. And I'm looking forward to picking up the pieces next week, Wednesday, at around 7:30 p.m. Pacific time ish. So whenever the hell we get this thing going, right around 7:30. So everybody, please subscribe if you liked what you saw. Smash that like button with a brawl axe, if you will. And we will see you all.
That like button.
See you all next week. So bye-bye.
Later.
Bye.